Hey friends, this is Red Specs Gaming and welcome back to Minecraft Eternal. So in this episode, we're actually going to get ready to go do some battle. I think it's time that we get rid of those towers across the way and the sirens that are plaguing my villagers and making it unsafe for them to go fish in the bay there. So let's do all the things we need to get ready to do that, and that's what we're going to do today. So sit back, relax, and let's get started. Okay, so to get started, I just want a quick review of everything I've done between episodes. First off, you can see I really opened this area up over here. So this is nice and open. There's another creeper in the tank. It'll despawn when we leave the area. I don't think I want more than one creeper in the tank because that's just asking for problems. We got a bunch of these compacting drawers up, and right now I've got iron, I've got silver, gold, copper, and then I've got coal, redstone, diamond, and emerald up there. You can see there's not a lot of the emerald. I think I've got 5 emeralds, yeah, and I've got 4 diamonds. But as we get more, we'll put them in there. And we also went ahead and got all of these put in. These are 2x1 drawers so that I could do the wood and the planks. And you see I've upgraded them to 1024. These are stones up here, and we'll have more room here. I put saplings down here across from the wood, so basically the wood will be down below. Knocked all that down, and the stones will be up above. So yeah, we've got our situation for storage is handled for the moment, so we're good to go there. I've got lots of room here for expansion now, and I think what we're going to do is the first thing we're going to look at is getting rid of this. It was shared with me a couple videos ago that there's a thing called a door factory in this pack, and it's amazing, and I recommend you guys do it, and I'll show you how we do that. So if we go door factory, we're going to make this guy here. He just needs an iron door, some redstone, a piston, and some iron. And I think we have all of that. We do not have the piston. Okay, so let's make a piston real quick, and that, of course, is just some wood, some stone, and some redstone and iron. So there's a piston. And here is the door factory. And this does not require power, which is nice, and apparently there's a quest for it. And so we're gonna start putting like little machines will go over here. And so we need I need to get my tools out because I've been running without tools while I was doing sorting. I don't know where my hatchet is. To figure out where the heck my hatchet is. So let's go ahead and just get all this out real fast. Get some food here, my sleeping mat, my book, repair kits, and my torch thrower, and my slime string. Okay, I'm gonna leave these in here for the moment. So we're just gonna put the door factory right. We'll put it right here. This one does not require power, but when we get to that point, we can run power behind these walls, which will be nice. I like to keep my power hidden. Alright, so the way the door factory works is, let's start with making these doors. So I'm going to pull this off here, and I'm going to pull these off, and it's very muffled because the muffler's up above. I think eventually we're going to move the animals to another area, and that way I don't have to have the mufflers. Okay, so we've got, let's get some stone, because I think I'm going to do these out of stone. Let's go stone, and I want clean stone, and I'm going to use the iron doors themselves. And what we're going to do is we're going to come in here, and we're going to start with this middle tab where you decide what the materials are, right? The only thing I don't like about this is I wish there was you could see how it looked. Can't, but that's okay. So we're going to start with bottom doors, stone, the top door, or the top block is, can't use that. Okay, so we need iron then. Let me get some iron real fast. Iron. Actually, we're going to use bars. We're going to use bars. I know you can use bars. And let's see. Let's get obsidian. I think obsidian would make a nice frame. So we just need 2, really. Alright, so back in here. The frame is going to be obsidian. The top block is going to be iron bars, and the bottom block is going to be clean stone, right? And then we're going to go here to the properties, and we're going to decide, I think I want these to slide left and slide right, like double doors. And just in case, we're just going to put one each in there because I don't want to make them all. And I think this tends to make all when you have a stack like that. So we'll start with slide left, double door, sliding left, and I'm going to have it. I'm going to put the opening time. I think I found 20 was good, and an auto delay of 6. And you can change the door because it does have the ability. So if you make something you don't like, just put the door back in here and adjust it. We're going to say it's on player detection, so it opens automatically. And I'm not worried about the redstone behavior because it opens automatically, I'm not even going to bother hooking up redstone on it. So we create the door. Did it do it? Why didn't it do it? Create door. Okay. What doesn't it like? There's something this doesn't like. There's something I'm missing. Oh, sound. Alright, let's do iron door. Create. There we go. And so now we have a door. And we can do that again. Same thing. Obsidian frame. Stone bottom. And iron bar. And we're going to do it exactly the same, except we're going to do sliding right this time. Create the door. Alright, so now we have our door. And you take this bad boy. We come over here. We'll put it down where it was. So right here. And right there. And that's what our door into our storage looks like. We got bars. It's got a nice obsidian frame. And it's got the bottom smooth. And it opens automatically for you. I like the 20 because the 20 for speed on open, it just feels better. That's really nice. So there you go. That is the door factory. So we will be redoing all our doors like that eventually here. Guys, it's just becoming a party in there. So we could put lights above this maybe and stop that, but I think it's kind of funny that they spawn in there. It's our monster party. So, alright. Something I want to show you guys that is important to look at, and something we have not been messing with yet so far, deals directly with your health. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make a new book to add to our library, and that is going to be the food book. So if you do a search for food book, you have this right here. You're going to want to have a book, and you're going to want to have a carrot. We do not have a book. We might be able to make a book though. Okay. And now we need a carrot. We have that. And so now we have the food book. And the food book, another quest, is interesting because it tells you everything you need to know. So we're going to take our tome, turn it back into a tome. We're going to combine it with the food book so it adds to the food book, or to the tome. So now we have it in our tome. And if you look at the food book now, what the food book tells you is how many foods there are. First off, there's 1,346 in the pack at the moment. How many you've tasted? I've only tasted 41 of them. How many hearts we've gained so far from tasting foods? That's 6. You get a total possible 26 hearts you can pick up from eating different foods. So we've got a ways to go. And that right now shows you where your milestones are. So we've tasted 41. At 46, we get 2 more hearts. And this will just keep going. And so you'll have some idea of how many foods you have to taste. And then if you look in the later pages, you can see, you know, what the minimum food value is, how many boring foods you've tasted. I don't even know what those are yet. These are 8 foods that aren't nourishing enough to improve your health, but they're, if you're a collector, you'd like to complete everything, that's what you look at. And blacklisted foods. None of the foods are blacklisted. And then you can look at, these are the foods we've tasted. See, there's 40 of them, so there's only 2 pages right now. We know everything we've tasted. And then this is the huge list of foods that we have not tasted. So in a later episode, before too long here, we're going to be starting messing with cooking for blockheads. And that's how you get a lot of this stuff. So we'll be doing a lot of cooking and different things like that. That said, right now we're going to do something different. So, but I just wanted to show you the food book so you knew it was there. You could start looking at it and you could start tracking, you know, your health points. Okay, so aside from giving you food or hearts from eating, you still have to worry about just eating, having food. So a good source of early food is the sandwich station. And I'll show you this real quick. Alright, so this is the sandwich station. You need a workbench and you need a wood slab. So we can do the workbench and make that into that. And then we go with a slab, which we should have in there. And bam, now you have the sandwich station. And what you can do with the sandwich station is we'll put that... We're going to put it over here for now because I think we're going to have the kitchen over here. I like the kitchen. I like this view, so we'll have the kitchen along this wall. But we'll put the sandwich station here. And then what you do is you get anything really, any piece of bread will work, and then any food. So let's get some wheat out real quick. We need to make some bread. So if we get out a stack of wheat, and we take that wheat, and we can do the 2 thing, you can get dough out of it, right? So now I have 64 dough. And you take that 64 dough and you throw it up here and let it cook. Each piece of dough will give you a baguette. So that's a really quick, easy way to get bread. Any kind of bread works with a sandwich station. While that's cooking, let me show you something else. This right here is called the time in a bottle. I highly recommend you make it as soon as you can and keep it with you at all times. Let's look at the recipe for it real quick. Time in a bottle. Need a space in there. I'm surprised that doesn't come up immediately. Alright, so here's the time in the bottle. It is some diamonds. It is some gold, some lapis, and a clock, which is just more gold and redstone. Put that together and keep that in your inventory. And if you look, mine is sitting at 53 minutes because I've played 53 minutes worth of time since I made it. The way it works is it goes up. You see, it's constantly counting while you have it. Keep it in your inventory. It's constantly going up. And then you're looking at something, you're like, man, this is slow. I really just need to get this bread. You take the time in the bottle and you right-click on things. And almost everything that has timers on it, this will work for. So you can't really hear the tone because of the muffler up top, but you hear like a ding, 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 ding. But you see the little symbol it puts on it, and you can tell that it's now using time in a bottle. And if you look at it, see how quick that was? It's insanely quick. So quick that it ran out of coal before I could finish it. There we go. And if you look, we're still at 38 minutes. So even though I dumped a bunch of time in the bottle in this guy, it didn't use that much time. And you can imagine over time how much you'll build up here. So make you one of those. Super useful. Alright, and now we've got some baguettes, and let's grab some other stuff out of here. So if we just do @Pam's, we're going to go ahead and use this steak that we've got here. And let's say we do, I don't know, we've got some parsnips, so we'll grab a stack of parsnips. We'll do some, there's got to be more food than that in there, right? Like, I've got so much food. Let's see, later on we're going to be moving all the food out of here. Let's just do some artichokes, and some bell peppers, and some lettuce. That'll work. You can really mix anything you want in this. A lot of stuff works really well. But what you're looking to do is you put your bread here in this area, and then you put, it doesn't have to be meat, but anything you can find. So right now we've got a steak sandwich. It's just steak and bread, and it's quality average. So the quality is what affects how much food you get. So you put another thing in there. Quality still average. Let's put some artichokes in there. Now it's tasty. Put some bell peppers in there. Still tasty. Put some lettuce in there. Now it's very tasty. So obviously the more you put in this, the more you're going to get out of this. And you can name it if you want to. So you can call it whatever name you want. I'm just going to stick with lettuce, bell pepper, parsnip, artichoke, and steak sandwich. And I'm going to make, like, they don't, well, okay, I was going to lie and say they don't stack, but they do. So let's see how many we can make here. I'm going to make them all. Whatever supplies I've got. There we go. So I got 26 out of that. And I always try to go with the very tasty because you get the most out of that. So, boom. Sandwich lover. There's another quest. And now if we eat this guy, you can see it's a lot more food than just eating the thing by itself. It's not the best food in the world, but it is an easy way to get some good food built up. And so now we've got food. Okay, so an example use of how time in a bottle is super useful is I've got in here 8 blocks, 4 ingots, 5 nuggets worth of iron. Now, if I wanted to melt all my iron, what I could do is I could open this guy up, and I've got a bunch more here, so let's get that out. Been out mining. You can see I've been using my prospector. Let's chunk that in there, and then that's as much as we'll go. But if we take your time in a bottle, We do that. You see how quickly it melted? So we can chunk that in there while it's still sped up. Might as well make use of it, and we'll melt the rest of this real fast so we can get all the iron out. And you can see we've got a ton of blocks, right? And now what you can do is you can come over here and we can flip these guys on to make sure there's nothing in there to start pouring. He starts pouring, and then we add time in the bottle here, and we'll do 2 here. And they will cool a whole lot faster than they would before. How much time do we have left? 46 minutes still? We're gonna max these out. And you can see how much quicker it is. So much faster. So we should be able to get all this iron out ASAP. Oh, the other thing I didn't show you guys yet is I actually, you say, well, where's the iron going? Remember, we had a chest here, right? So let's open this up real fast. There's that chest, and what I did is I ran some of those simple storage cables down here, and I put an import cable on each of the chests. That's a different kind of cable than the base cable, and the import cable basically takes anything out of the container it's attached to and just imports it into the network. Well, I also put 2 speed upgrades and a stack upgrade in this, and what these do is make it import quicker, because otherwise you'd see it go 1, 2, 3. So this will go a lot faster, and the stack upgrade means it'll take a whole stack at a time. So then anything that I'm making in here just ends up in the network. So all of that iron that we just poured out there, and I've got a little bit left there, of course I do. I didn't have any ore left, did I? Nope. Alright, well, we'll have to later get some more ore so we can finish that block. All that iron that I poured out went into that chest, which then got imported into the network under here, back to there, and then back to the master. And now you can see it's on the wall here. So now we have iron on the wall. And a good way to check this, every now and then I like to just make sure things look right, is we can go in here. Remember, that's 28,255 or 2,295. So if we do iron in here, 28,255 or over 2K. So that's right. So it's all ending up in the compacting drawer. And what we're going to do with that, the reason I wanted to get that iron going, is we're going to start working on armor now. So to do that, we are going to need... Let's take a stack of 32 ingots, and we're going to come over here to this guy, and we're going to put the 32 ingots in here. And what happens is if you cook iron in a furnace, you get, you get refined iron, right? So now we get refined iron. We're going to use that for our armor, so I'm going to speed this up again. We're going to probably run out soon. I'm going to have to, leave the game running. That's another trick you can do. If you can just leave the game running, leave yourself AFK, or if you're on a server especially, if they don't mind you doing that, and then you can build up all the time. But we've used all our time in the bottle now, so that's used up. Alright, but this is a little quicker here at least. So I'm going to get my 32 out of this, and we'll be back in a moment. Alright, so what we're going to do to make armor is we're going to use Tinkers, because I like Tinker system. So you got to make you one of these armor forges, which that is, I'll show you the recipe for that. I did that, and actually a couple days ago. I just haven't got around to showing this yet. What's the iron one? There's the block of iron one. That's why we were low on iron, because I used 4 blocks of iron to make this guy, but it's just an armor station and some seared stone and blocks of iron. Armor station, of course, is just a workbench and some blank patterns, so pretty easy. And what this gives you the ability to make is armor. So you can do helmet, you can do chest, legs, and boots. And to do that, you use a piece for each kind, and then they all use trim and padding, I think, or plates and trim. So we're going to make, I think, we're going to do the base armor. Well, let's open our book and see real quick. So here's the book. It is the Materials in You Armory Addendum. And we're going to look at the refined iron, because that's what I was looking at earlier, which is why I decided to make refined iron. The modifier on plates is crazy. So this is how the total durability of the armor will be multiplied by this. So this has got 42 modifier for plates, which there's stuff that's better, sure, but for what we have right now, if we look at armor and we go to iron itself, iron being kind of the best thing that we have right now. Where's iron in here? Where did I find it earlier? I really wish this thing had a search function. That would be so nice. Lead, mithril, invar, where are you at? There it is. If you look, this is a 0.85 on its plates, and its core durability is 12. So if we look at refined iron, though, which was where? Right there. Modifier 42, core durability 16. So I think what we're going to do with this is we're going to probably go, let's see. What else do we have? We have silver. What about silver? Let's look at silver. So its modifier is really low. Its durability is really low, but it gives you bless. So we'll probably do silver trim is what we're going to do. And we'll probably do... we'll do the plates and the core with refined iron. So that sounds pretty good. So I took the refined iron and I chucked it in here, and we've got that. And then what you do is you do the normal thing that you do with tinkers. You come in here, you make the plates, or the parts that go off of that. I don't know where the patterns are. I don't know where I put those. But you make the patterns for the helm, the plates, or the chest, the legs, and the boots. You make the trim, and you make the plates. And then you cast them in here the same way with bronze or gold. And then I have all that already right here. So we're going to take these out. These are all ready to go. And I know we want plates. We're not going to make boots, though, because I'd still like keeping my slime boots on. When I'm running away from things and fighting things, the escape ability is you can't miss it. So we need 3 sets of plates. We're going to go 1. Let's watch how much we have here. So we've got 3 blocks worth in right now because we made 32 refined iron ingots and tossed those in there. Here comes 2. Come on. Here comes 3. And then after that, we're going to make the helm. We're going to make the leggings. Let me move this. And we're going to make the chest. Alright. And then after that, I'm going to throw some silver in here, and we're going to make the trim off of that. So let me do that, and I'll be back. Alright, so we're back. We have all of our cores, our chest, our legs, our helm. We have our iron plates, and we have our silver trim. So what we do is we just basically go that, click him in, click that in, and boom. Now we have a helm. Bam. Same thing with the chest. Switch it to chest. Now we have a chest. Same thing with the legs. Switch it to the legs. Legs. And that's what we're going to look like with our armor on. It's kind of pretty tough looking if you ask me for Minecraft. I like it. I like it a lot. And that gives us hella armor. If you look at the bottom, we've got a whole bar plus some right now. And that's just starter stuff that you can make. So that's quite a bit of armor there. So that's how you make your armor. Alright, we're also going to make a new katana here. So we're going to get our large sword blades, put those down. And what I decided I want is I'm going to do 1 refined iron on that. So while that's doing that, I grabbed a couple of my 2 of my 5 emeralds that I had left, and I melted those in there so you can see we have emerald in there. So there we go. So we've got that blade. I'm not sure, we might need more than that actually. So I think what we'll do is we're going to do this out of the handle, and if you look, I've got emerald up, had emerald up, I don't know what happened to it. Emerald gives you terra firma, so when this is in your hand, you'll heal over time. So that's in the extra slot, so that's where I think we're going to do the binding out of emerald. That is if we have enough. I'm kind of concerned. We may have to melt more in there. So there's your tough tool binding. There's emerald. Let's get that going. Hopefully that's enough for that. May not be. We may need to melt some more. May have to use all my emeralds. I've not found a lot of emeralds digging so far. Go, go, go. You got this. Ran out. Alright, so we need 1 more emerald at least. Let me get 1 more of those. That should finish the job. The other sword blade we're going to do out of silver. I didn't need a whole stack. What do we need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 maybe to make a sword blade. I think it is. Put that away. And chuck up the silver real fast. We'll do the other sword blade out of that, and then I think we'll do the handle out of wood, maybe. So let me get that all put together, we'll be back. Alright, so we decided to do the copper rod, because it had better than wood, and it gives you XP, bonus XP, so might as well. So we'll go back to our tool bench, make our katana, drop these in. You go where? I'm not on the katana. That's not the katana. There it is, sorry. You go there, you go there, and you go there. And now we have a refined iron silver katana. It's got, looks like 255 damage. It has holy terra firma, which gives you healing. It's well established, so that'll be a nice little weapon to go out and about with. Alright, and then we're gonna make one more thing here. And that is the auto torch, and there's a reason we're making that. Automatic torch, where this guy right here. And so that takes some iron bars and some blocks of coal, which I think we need to make some iron bars. I don't think we have any. I think we use the rest on that door. And then blocks of coal we should be okay on, and bam, automatic torch. What this guy does is when it's in your inventory, it just drops torches behind you whenever you run through dark areas. So, let's see if we can find a spot as an example. You know what we can do is we can dig a spot as an example. So, let me take this guy. We're going to set this to 3 by 3. I'm going to pick a spot like right here. Why not? We're going to just blam. Looks like we're already in. So, see how that's dark? We need to find a real dark area. Hold on. Alright, so there's dark areas in there. Let's take you off. And then we're going to just run through here. You see how it lit up? It's because it dropped a torch because I was in dark. And this is going to become super useful for what we're about to do. So, hang tight. I'll show you what we're about to do. I lied. One last thing that I recommend you make, and for what we're about to do, and that's a storage bag. You can make several of these actually, but we're gonna make one for now. Storage bag uses some leather, uses some gold, string, and redstone. Take that guy out. Now, what you have is you have a huge inventory full of stuff, but it's not just that. You can also tell it to auto pick up. So if we tell it to click this several times, you see how the little message there on the bottom left, gather everything picked up. That's really good, okay? And so what happens then is if we break anything or if you loot anything, for example, let's just pop this, and we ran past it. That's not in our inventory, it's now in here. So when you're running through dungeons, this is great, because it'll just pick everything up for you and not clog up your general inventory. So that's really nice to have. So, alright. Now what we're gonna do, that's night vision kicking in there. We're going to ride over to that side over there, and we're going to deal with those battle towers. So, let's do that. I'll see you on the other side.